Hello there, and welcome to my post LVO tournament, qualifier tournament report. So it ended up being a bit smaller of a tournament numbers wise, but definitely not small opponents. In the first round, I played against Sin from the Rarely Reserved podcast. Of course, Omnis was running the tournament, and she hadn't played for a little bit and had come up with this all ladies Padme box, Leia, Sabine, and then Chopper team, which was super fun, and I've enjoyed that pairing, testing that out myself as well, Leia with Padme. But she was bringing shifting, so I thought that was a good opportunity for me to play Moff and Krennic. And I was able to hopefully help her get the rust off and have a fun game there. And then round 2, I played against Poos from the Between Two Sprues podcast. Also, judging by his rating and the fact that he is part of a podcast, someone who plays quite a bit as well. So I played my Moff Grand Inquisitor list into his Cassian Mando. We both brought odds, so he went first, and his commandos decided to waltz across the board and wound my Dark Troopers, so setting the tone early. But I was able to put in a good fight in Struggle 1. We each, I think, had a point where we were kicking ourselves after, because if we just remembered something, for me it was to challenge the odds, then we each would have won Struggle 1 a little bit sooner. But in the end, he won Struggle 1, and then I took Struggle 2, but we were well into Mission Critical at that point, because I'm not even sure if we were done Struggle 1 when Mission Critical was called, because it was that long of a struggle. So he won that one. Then I played against Ryan, who I played in the last round of our grand tournament, and I know he plays a lot, and he's a good opponent as well. And he was bringing First Contact again, and he hadn't played his Mundi squad yet, so I thought maybe this is a good time to drop Moff and Thrawn. However, he dropped Boss and Anakin, which is a little more aggro than that list would like to see. However, we got the X, and I was able to position in a way that he didn't want to go with Anakin for a while, because I was just kind of keeping away from him. I used Fifth Brother to cross the board and actually get a 4-point turn, just repulsing Delta Squad off of their point after Boss had gone. And so I had gotten a couple 4-point turns, and so things were looking good. But then, of course, Boba got shoved down into range of Anakin, and Anakin was able to come up, wound him, jump, because I think I used strain on Boba as well, and then he got an attack. So he was an easy wound for Anakin, but he also got the jump, which he was able to do just in range of ARFs for the Supporting Fire Dash, get into melee with Moff, and wound Moff in the same turn. So when he wounded Moff, I refreshed my deck, because I was, I think, out of force at that point, and all of my battle tactics and Shatterpoint had gone. So I thought, okay, I'm getting all my stuff back. I'll refresh, and I'll still be able to push to get Struggle 1. But then I repulsed with Fifth Brother and did a Long Live the Empire with Moff. So that's 4 out of 5 of my force in 2 turns. and he was able to make, like, I think I took multiple points, but he was able to swing them back, and so he got struggle 1. So I was going into struggle 2 with 1 force and most of my deck left, which was not great. So he took that one in 2 struggles, but again, a long struggle 1 that could have gone in my favor, but did not, and I pushed too hard for it, so it all fell apart from there. And then, to add to the list of heavy hitters, the last person for me to play, because it was a 4-round tournament despite only 6 players, was Scott B, Evil Houdini, who is the reigning world champion at the moment. So, but we had a really good game, another super long struggle 1. I played Moff Grand Inquisitor. He brought Sabotage, and he was first player. He dropped his Riff Lumi list, which is kind of like the Grievous Lumi list, except it's Riff's box instead of Grievous box. And yeah, I got it early. I think being second player, I scored 4 my first turn. And so I kept it on my side for basically the whole struggle. But it was very back and forth. And like he got some 4-point turns, but then I would get a 4-point turn, and then he would do 3, I would do 3, back and forth like that. But we weren't hitting the middle. We were staying just on my side. So he eventually filled his momentum. I probably got it 2 away from winning at one point, but he did end up again after a super long struggle 1. He took struggle 1, and then I was able to take struggle 2, and we had a fairly back and forth struggle 3 initially, because I think he only scored 1 on his first turn of struggle 3, and then I was able to score either 3 or maybe even all 4, but then he scored 3, and then I think there was definitely a point where I scored 4, and then he scored 4 and a wound, I think, and then I wasn't able to get it back from there. So in the end, I went 1-3, but every game like felt super close. It was a long, drawn out, hard fight for struggle 1, but then because it was a long fight like that, things were getting wounded, double wounded even, and so that makes it hard to definitely like flip things and be able to get struggles 2 and 3 to get the win. But I was happy, lots of fun, great games with 3 very strong players, and of course a good game with Sin as well, and all fun matches, and looking forward to seeing all of them again at Evergreen in August. So thank you for watching, and talk to you next time.